Woo! Happy Wednesday. You know, sometimes I think I stream just to hear that song. I think I do. How's it going, everybody? Justin Z's, what does happen if you're first? Ask Nick. He knows, because he's always first. Almost. Almost. Gotcha this time. How's it going, everybody? Yeah, late night stream, so I couldn't stream on Sunday. We were up at the Hobbit house, and we all know how that's gone the last few times we've tried, so I decided rather than do that. Plus, we had a bunch of kind of company. We were with a bunch of kids, and it was a lot of fun, but probably wouldn't have been great for me to take a couple hours away from that for this. And then this coming weekend, I'll probably be gone again. We'll be on the road on Sunday, so probably won't be able to stream again. So I thought, I better do something. And I've been saying, or I said last time we were streamed, right? I think at the end of the stream last time or some point recently, talked about this AtHome switch with ESPhome on it, and that it says it's rated for 16 amps, and we want to test it out. But first, as always, thanks to PCBWay for sponsoring the stream. If you need stuff, circuit boards, PCBs, 3D printing, CNC routing, sheet metal folding, whatever stuff you need. They'll do assembly too. If you have like a whole thing you wanted to make, you could probably ask them to make some Dig quads, and they would. I don't know what they'd charge you, but they could probably make them. Speaking of Dig quads, I know we're going to get asked, but Dig quads, it should be before the end of the month. I should have some. That's the latest. That's the latest from Quindor. We chatted today. The factory's making them. They are available on the international store. So if you can't wait, you want to get going, I think the international store has most everything. And the way it's going to go down, I should have Unos, quads, and Dig-to-Go's in the next couple weeks. The Dig-Octas and the power boards are going to take longer. Those are just really heavy and cost a ton to ship. So we're going to ship them by slow boat instead. So, all right, how's it going? Jeff Hammer's here. Offback Pops is here. DB Art designed. Oh, I know who that is. That's James. That's James. Keep changing your name on me, but I know you. I know you. What can we break and fix tonight? We're going to try and break this thing, that's for sure. Father Time. I see the bug every day. I see it, and I think, why do I have so many projects? That's what I think. Anyways, all right, guys. Well, thanks for being here. Russell, Robin, Turtle Plates, of course. Ken. All right, guys. So let's check this out. What I got here is Panda Boy's ready. All right. I don't know if we're going to get Magic Smoke. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure we are, but we're going to see. So this is this AtHome relay. All right. There's the sort of plate on it, right? AtHome, whatever it says there. Mini relay switch. It's a single relay smart switch. Is made to go behind your regular light switch in your switch box. It says it's rated for 16 amps. It can do AC 100 to 240 volts. It is, I think we determined it was an ESP8285 little chip there. But the best part is it comes out of the box with ESPhome, and I think we set it up at the end of the last stream, right? Pretty sure we did. So these are something I'm right now. I've got some in my store. If this thing fries at like 3 amps, I just want you to know what it can do, right? I just think, I'm sure it can do something. It's good for something. I just don't know if it's good for 16 amps. That's what we're going to find out tonight. So I've got it connected here. I actually have it connected to an old Signoff S31 power monitoring plug, so we can monitor how much current is going through it. Right now, the only current on there is whatever this unit itself is drawing. But once I turn this thing on over here, I've got a big old heater, big space heater looking thing. Looks like a satellite dish. It's for outside for working on the car. And when I've turned it on before with the power monitor thing, it was 10 amps. And then I've got a couple of other power tools here that each are about 3 amps. So what we're going to do is turn on this heater, and we're going to see what happens here. Now, the other thing I'm missing tonight, which I have 2 of, but somehow or other, of course, I don't have them. I couldn't find them right now when I wanted them. Heat monitor, like a heat sensor, right? So what we're going to use is this guy, my very scientific heat sensor. We're going to do this one. You think the S31 will fry first? All right, Rob thinks S31 will fry first. It might. Maybe. We're going to find out. We are going to find out. All right. How's it going, Rob, by the way? Good to see you. All right, here we go, everybody. You ready? All right, I'm going to flip this guy on. You hear that beep, beep? Okay, that's because it's on. So there we go. We can see the current up there is 10 amps. I actually already feel a little bit of warmth. It's not like it's hot, but it's a little warm. I'm watching the S31 for smoke as well. It's hard to tell what smells like melting stuff when I got a big heater like this right here. We're going to give it a little time to warm up. It's not doing too bad right now at 10 amps. Okay, we'll give it a little bit of time. Room temperature jumps 5 degrees in 1 minute. Yeah, it probably will. It's going to get hot in here. Which is too bad because it just finally started to cool down. I had the heater up way too high. Let me touch the S31 as well here. It's a little better protected, that S31 is, but it's not getting warm yet. Now, I don't want to, this has got 110 volts in it, so I don't want to just flip it over and start poking at it with my fingers to see if anything else is getting hot. It is possible that the weakest link is not the relay. It could be that the weakest link ends up being something else. I hear the heater clicking and sputtering. All right, how long should we give it? Should we give it a couple more minutes like this? 9.9 amps. Let's give it a couple more minutes like this, and then I'll hook up one of the power tools and we'll add 3 more amps to it and see what happens. See if that makes much of a difference. And I'm sure there's a big difference between, or somewhat of a difference between this heat load and the motor of a power tool, but we'll see. More power. I need more power. Where did I get this 4 tracks? This is AtHome, ATHON, or AtHome, ESPhome little smart switch. I was looking for more stuff to put in the DrZzs store, and these guys, they sell them either with Tasmota or ESPhome. They've been around a while. They've been around at least a year or more, and I hadn't really just taken the time to check them out. I know some other people have, but I thought, well, that might be worth doing. But they say they're rated for 16 amps, so we're going to see. So far at 10 amps, we're doing okay. I'm not seeing anything really go crazy here. I can touch the bottom through this plastic. Yeah, nothing's getting terribly warm. Leave that there so we don't short it out on my fancy little metal thing here. Okay, well, let's plug in the... This seems to always happen, right, when I try and fry something. They used to make a bunch of cool LED bulbs. The last time I looked on their store, they stopped selling them. They do have an LED controller, which I actually have here on my desk. And assuming that we get through with this before too long, we can look at that as well. Because I've wanted to look at that as sort of a best alternative to a quad or whatever. They do have, so we can go to their store. And I don't have any affiliate with this, by the way, but other than that, now I've got them on my own. My own store, sort of. Let's see. Powered by AtHome or AtHome or AtHome. So they're going after like our community, right? Like that's who they're wanting to market to. Tasmota, ESPhome, wLED, right? You have the bulbs and you like them, sweet. So they do have. So here's a 15 watt color bulb, like Rob was saying, and I know that they've had others. So they've got some switches here. They've got this controller. I think they might have others as well. Curtain module. And then I guess this is a different LED strip controller. I just went to the ESPhome. I'm going for the ESPhome stuff. Tasmota, it's great that they have Tasmota too, but I'm going for the ESPhome stuff. Plug it in and turn it on and it works with the ESPhome. That's what I'm looking for. So here's some of your bulbs. It says add to cart, but maybe how long ago was it that you looked at them? So they've got these kinds of switches. I mean, we've seen these, right? These are what they've done is just take, you know, somebody else's hardware and put ESPhome or whatever on it. Here, this looks like the good old-fashioned Signoff Basic from 5 years ago or whatever. Probably been more than 5 years now. But this is the little guy that I'm testing right now, this little guy here. And they've got bigger relay boards too. Oh, and this GarageDoor thing too. I actually got some of these as well. But ESPhome bulbs. I didn't see the wLED ones anymore. Oh, I see what you're saying. I see. Let's see, wLED bulbs. Yeah. Maybe. By now. Quick, Rob, get them. Get them before they're gone. All right, this should have had time to heat up now. It's a little warmer, but it's not bad. It's not bad. And it's been running at 10 amps now for several minutes, right? Okay. Time to up the stakes. Now this might get a little loud because I'm going to turn on which would be safer. Probably be safer to do the drill instead of the router. That heater's hot. That's for sure. I can probably grab this drill, you know, and kind of squeeze it and make the current go up too. All right, let's see. Here we go. We're going to add, this will probably add about 3 amps, hopefully. Two amps. Let's see if I can make it. See if I can kind of, you know, do this thing and see if I can make it go more. No, it's not really doing too much, is it? No. Okay. So now we're gonna do this. We're gonna. Can I lock this thing? Let's see. Now I can let go of it. Okay, turn it on the third one. I can't let go of this. I can't let go of this one. It's getting really loud and hot in here. $14 amps. We'll let it go for a minute. It's getting warmer. We'll let it cruise for another minute or so, huh? I don't know what else I might have that I can turn on. Let's see if we can catch that inductive kick. Now I'm flipping the switch. 21! Do you see that? That's a 21. Because now all three of these things are starting at the same time. Oh, this is good stuff. Oh, this is good. Oh, come on, baby. If I drop this, it's really gonna hurt. What do you think? Well, yeah, and then the bit comes out and hits me. Yeah, there's all kinds of tragedy, potential tragedies going on here. All right, let's look. The wires are a little warm. That is nothing more than barely warm, guys. Move over, UL official certifier from now. I was turning it on and off. I was turning it on and off with the switch connected to the relay. Bill, I have got it set up like this. I do need some more scientific tests, but I've got it set up like this. So it's got its little switch, the little wires coming off for a switch, and that's what I was clicking on and off. So it was taking the whole load on and off through the relay. Through a single relay. I've got all those things plugged into one power strip. Well, what do you think of all that? A thermal scope for the relay temperature. Yeah, I know. I don't have it. It's up at the Hobbit house. But I can just tell you with my scientific temperature tester here, it's not hot yet. Just kind of disappointing. Why am I having such a hard time melting things? Everyone else seems to do it so easily. Well, what else should I try, guys? I mean, that was a good several minutes of... I got sawdust all over my office now. What do you think? What else should we try? I was expecting more. But maybe, I mean, what else? What other things? Does it just need it for a long time? Do I need to just turn it on? Like turn this relay on with the heater and put it outside and just let it go? What do you think? I do it much better when I'm unintentionally doing it. You're so right. You're so right. I do have a welder. I could do that. I got a welder out there. I've also got, a car charger. That'll do it. But I mean, I don't know what good it does to put 30 amps through it. We know what it'll do with that. It's not made for that. But, and so far it held up okay. That was pretty rigorous. Oh, well, if you guys can think of something else you want me to do to it right now, let me know. Otherwise, I say, at least we have to give it a pass for this. I've touched the button. I've lost my touch. I have, 4Tracks. I have. I'm failing. Bummer. Well, all right. If you guys think of something else while we're sitting here, let me know. Otherwise, maybe we should play with these LED controllers. Should we try their LED controller? Should we try their... This is their LED controller. You move over, mister. I could just leave the heat on. Should I just leave the heat on? I don't want those motors running like crazy because something will tip over or something, but just leave the resistive load on for a while. Way after midnight. How's it going, Johnny? the voltage drop, bigger wire feeding it. I am such a fail at failing, and it's not normal for me. I usually fail much better than this. Well, I tried to throw together, just a handful of things that I thought would be a big load, like this heater and these power tools. It's not big enough, as Rob said, I'm not quite ready to take on UL and certify devices. So whatever, I guess. Let's see. I want to see what this thing does now. Let's turn the page. This also actually, this controller also says you can put 5 to 24 volts in, and then it gives you several outputs. Gives you a couple grounds and a couple of voltage outputs, and then it gives you data 1, clock 1, data 2, clock 2. So I'm assuming that in wLED you could set all 4 of those to be different outputs. Of course, it doesn't tell you here what those pins are. I'm very curious just to see, to start out with anyways, just to see what this looks like how the configuration is in wLED for this. It's got a place to connect an IR receiver here, but there's not an IR receiver connected to this one. You can do terminals, screw terminals for power in, or you can do a barrel connector for power in. And it's got a microphone. That little guy right there is a little microphone for sound reactive stuff. It's an ESP32, and it has a relay. I'm sure to the same way, when you hook up a relay to a quad or whatever, and you power off things. I'm sure this powers off the LEDs. So that's probably kind of cool. Let's see, do we have a 12 volt? This is a 12 volt, 3 amp power supply, so that'll do. Certainly got plenty of LEDs here on my desk. Build a load tester, 500 watt, 10 ohm resistors. Ooh. That should work. Let's see what Rob's got for us here. Woo! Just some big old resistors, huh? So Quindor has got, he's when he's load tested things, I bet they get hot. Use that style for testing LED boards, 120 Celsius. Quindor had some really crazy ones with like big old fans on them and stuff in some of his load testing videos. I don't remember what he called them. I don't think he would have. I don't think they're called like load testers or something. Maybe they are. Maybe they are called load testers. Yeah, like this. He's got a bunch of these. $20 amp. But that's, that's 150 watts. We need bigger. But he did something with these, and maybe with this, because for this I've got to be 120 volts, so I'm gonna have to have something else. This wouldn't probably, none of these would probably really do the job. Anyway, yeah, well, for what it's worth, I think these might be DC only. I'm sure, because that's what he was probably testing. He was testing like he was testing wires, and he was testing probably some of the, I know he tests like all his designs, all his PCB designs for the quad and whatever, everything else. So I think he was probably just doing, the DC voltage stuff just to actually try the current. For us, we want to try this relay in this device. We need it, 120 volts. Ooh, load banks for testing generators. Oh, which is basically what Rob was saying, right? Load bank tester. Kind of goes back to these. What are these though? Battery load tester. These are probably all It would be good to have something like this or to figure it out. Anyway, let's play with this. Let's play with this other thing. The real RAM. How's it going? 4 in parallel. The last load test stream. I know I saw him trying to melt some silicone wires or something. Okie dokie. Let's see what we can do here. Let's turn this guy back on. Put this thing here. You know me, I like to test it naked. Okay. So just powered the thing on. Don't see any lights or anything. I don't hear a relay at all. That's kind of funny. Could be that maybe this barrel connector doesn't quite fit. I got no LEDs and I don't hear anything on the relay. So let's try a different way to power it up. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, I did hear it. Oh, there it goes. All right, well, there. Okay, I can hear the relay. It's delayed. All right, well, next thing to do is, oh, crap, where's my phone? I don't have my phone. Are you kidding? Oh, jeez. Yeah. No phone means how am I going to test the wLED app on this sucker? Because I don't have Wi-Fi on this PC anymore, I don't think. Nope. All right. Well, I guess I need my phone. Well, I suppose I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves. That wasn't so bad, was it? Okay, I got it. Here we are. Let's see if we can find wLED Wi-Fi here. Yeah, there it is. So there it is, and it's different. It's not wLED AP, it's wLED whatever else after it. I assume they haven't changed the password. Ooh, it looks like they took the password off. It's an unsecured network. Okay. SR wLED. Let's go to the controls. Seems to be fast enough. Let's see what version we're running. 13.2. Sound reactive 13.2. So one thing we will do for this is we'll update it to 14 beta, because that'll have all the sound reactive stuff in it too. Let's go to the controls. Move this thing over. I want to see what the settings are like. So let's go to the LED preferences. All right. So output number 1 is GPIO 18. And that's it? That's all they've configured, huh? Okay. Well, that's probably not good enough. Which means that the other outputs will probably do nothing. Okay. All right, well, let's turn it off for a second. Connect up some LEDs. It actually comes with a little screwdriver, you know. All right, let's see. It's going to be like that. So ground is here. Ground is at this end. I do like they do use the good kind of screw terminals. I like these kind that pull the wire up, or that pull this and squeeze the wire to the top. That means this is VCC down here. And then data 1 is going to be this guy right here. I wonder, I have to go back and check those settings and see if what kind of LEDs it was set to. I didn't look at that. All right, so we got ground up here. I'll leave the data kind of loose so that I can switch it back and forth to the other pins. Okay, data there, or ground there, sorry. And then voltage down here. And then, all right, we're going to do data right next to ground, right? Data 1. All right. Now we plug it back in, see what happens. Okay, relay comes on. Green LEDs come on. That's good. That was nice and fast. I'm sure if I push that, it goes off. They kind of dim off. And then you hear the relay click. So that's working perfectly, just like you would expect. Okay, it's not bad. The other thing I need to do is check the like the output on this. We'll play with this more another time too. I don't have. I'm gonna not go too long tonight. Let's go back to this for a minute and go to this wLED again. Any thoughts on how to fit one of the LAN bonds in a double gang switch box made for 2 switches with the LAN bond coming with 3 relays? I only need the single. Got it. Good idea. Quick as quicksand. Good thought, Nicholas. Let's talk about that. I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure. Yeah, you probably need a panel that you'd have to cut or something. Maybe there's a panel that will take a 2 gang box and turn it into a single gang, as far as where the screw holes are or something like that. Anyways, now you got me thinking. I don't know, but we're gonna find out. Okay, going to the config. We're going to LED preferences. We're gonna change. Okay, so it is set to WS28 something, 28 whatever, 12 whatever. This is the wrong color order, which is fine. That's the standard color order that always comes on wLED. So now it's more of an orange. It is plenty bright, certainly bright. Let's go back here. Controls. Let's turn down that brightness a little bit. It's right in my eye hole, right in my eyeballs. Oh, I guess we look at this. Oh, so the microphone's doing something. That's good. I don't know how. Yeah, you guys can see it. When I talk, the microphone does its thing. And then this is the frequency one. So different frequencies. I guess. Oh, yeah, somewhere like it was green for a second. Most of the time it's red. A little. Can't whistle tonight. Can't whistle. Every once in a while you see a flash of green. So anyways, these are the ones that do different colors based on frequency. It seems to be working great. That seems to be working great. So now the trick is going to be, let's switch to a different output. So LED preferences. And let's go to the other outputs. I don't think the other outputs are probably going to do anything because they're not set to do anything. Loosen up these. Got them all the way tightened down. Okay. So that was that one. Let's test this one. My guess is going to be that nothing's going to change. Yeah. Oh, it goes on and off. But when I turn it back on, doesn't do anything. That's because that is not set to do anything, right? If I go to the controls again here, I mean, it's not tightened down, but I'll tighten it down just for kicks. But I don't think it's going to matter. We'll have to go and figure out which pin that is. It's too bad that they don't have it configured in there. I'm sure they've set it on the website. That's okay. I don't want to be too harsh. Yeah, it's not coming on at all for that pin. No surprise there. Let's go to the next one. I just was wondering how they had it, if they had anything internally happening there, but they don't. Yeah, doesn't look like. Okay. Yeah, you can hear the relay go on and off. Oh, it's garbage night. She's gonna yell at us garbage. Let's see what Nick says. Yeah, what you got there, Nick? That probably is that's probably the kind of thing I was thinking about. Let's look. We're gonna scroll for a second. Yeah, something like that. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Something like that. You know, you put it so that this part goes in. Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah, that'll do it. $2 too. That's not bad. There you go. You solved your own problems. Raspy solved your problem for you. Okay. All right, let's go back to this. So let's see if we can find their pinout stuff. Sure, it may have come in the directions. I don't know. Keep the directions. Would I see you later, Turtle? Thanks for hanging out for a minute anyways. I understand. All right, let's see. So here's the user manual. Oops, can't see it. Here's their little user manual. Just tells you how to set up the Wi-Fi. And then that's it. It just says configure your lights. Yeah. All right, so that doesn't tell you. So let's see if they've got it in here somewhere. wLED. I love what they're doing. I mean, I think it's genius. I think it's smart. Let's see. This is the guy. There we go. There's the pins right there. PGIO. PGIO. Does PGIO, does that mean something different? Am I missing something? I'm not, right? So this tells you the IR, tells you the relay, tells you where the button is. Okay, great. That's all you need. Doesn't support sound effects in default. Infrared hex code does not match remote control properly. Upgrade official firmware. Will lose sound effects and IR functions. Build your own firmware. Reference the source code on GitHub. Well, we're gonna update it with the 14 point whatever. But first, let's set these other outputs so we can make it a quad. What do you say, A? What do you say, A? Let's do that. All right, we're gonna go back on here. I could just connect this to my network and all that, but let's just do it this way. We'll keep doing it this way. All right, so we're going to, we're going there, to the controls. We're going to go to the config. We're going to go to LED preferences, and we're going to add another output. We're going to do this first, and then we're going to update it. All right, we're going to add another output. We're going to switch it to that. Whatever. We'll go ahead and say that it's 30 LEDs long. And then this is the important part, the GPIO. So according to this list, it's GPIO 5. So all we got to do is put 5 in there. Great. And then we're going to do another one. Same thing. We're going to change the color order. We're going to say there's 30 LEDs. And then we're going to look at this pinout list again. And the next one is 17. 7. All right, and then one more. Same thing, change the color order. Tell it it's got 30 lights. And then the last one is 16. Right there, 16. Okay. That should be it. We're going to go done. Save. Oh, let's look at the sound settings. Oh, now it's doing outputs. That was easy. And this is connected to the sort of the last pin, right? Okay, well, that's nice. I wanted to look at their sound input. So this is an I2S mic, generic I2S PDM microphone type. It's got the pin numbers in there. That's great. And then the other thing is they've got squelch and gain set. The other thing I wanted to check, or I wanted to look at, was the relay, right? The relay setting. Apply preset, crossfade, timed light, white balance. Is it not on this page? Yeah, relay, there it is. Relay GPIO 2, and they've checked inverted. Okay. And then IR is GPIO 25, 24 key music remote. That's cool. Touch threshold. Oh, well, that's probably not set for anything. I don't think there's a touch pin. And then they just have the one button, which is GPIO 0. Okay, great. All right, let's save that. And we can go through and test each output, but I think we know what's going to happen. It is going to work. So you just have to adjust that, which is too bad. That's okay. And now this one's working. Yep, there it is. You can still see that, right? Yeah, you can see those are working. They're changing with my voice. There. Yep. Okay, took a second. It's a little delayed. Wonder why it's delayed. Huh. I don't remember seeing that delay on it before. Maybe I broke it. All right, we'll take it off there. Switching it live. Switching it live. Okay. Great. Well, the next thing that I would want to test is how good is the output. So maybe the last thing that I'll test is we'll do up an effect here. We'll get an effect running, and then I'll switch out the data wire, and I'll put some real long piece of wire in there, and we'll see how that does. Okay, here we are again. We're back to the controls. We're going to go to effects. Oh, we were going to do an update. Turn it off and on. Here. So when I turn it off, I heard the relay click. You guys probably can't hear it click, but now it's off and the relay turned off. So then I'm going to put it on a different effect here. We'll just do it on colorful and then turn it on. So now we're just on colorful. So I'm not going to do anything fancy to my voice. Have any problems updating the latest wLED and then the device goes completely offline only to be saved by having to flash it? Ooh, geez, that's not good. The real RAM, which version did you update to? Let's do this. Well, I guess to update it, I would need to have it on my. I need to have it on my network, right? So let's put this thing on my network. That's fine. We can do that. Let's do it. So we're going to go in here again. We'll go back to this one more time to the wLED thing here. You guys know how to do this. Done it a million times. Go to wLED, go to Wi-Fi settings, and then we're going to connect it to my network with my Wi-Fi password and stuff, okay? No big deal. All right. If you listen closely, you could probably hear me type my password. Okay, so now it's going to be gone. Now there's not going to be an access point anymore. Oh, there still is an access point. That's no good. Did I type it wrong? No, it's not really going to connect. It's not really there. Yeah, it's not really there. It's fake. It's a fake. It's a twap. So now I'm going to go to my wLED app here. I'm going to do a discover lights. It should discover this one. Wonder if it has. I wonder if they give it a unique name. None of these have that. Let's try it again. Discover lights. It says it found a bunch. This one's offline, whatever that one was. Castle. Huh. So it's not showing up there. I bet you with by doing their little version of, well, maybe it wasn't even really their version, but they did change some things because it wasn't just a wLED AP, right? Hey, how's it going, John? The non-beta version Air Cookie has up. Oh, the non-beta, so 13.3. Really, you had a problem and it went offline and you had to reflash it manually. Man, I'm sorry. I don't know. Have not had that experience, but I'm sorry. That's a bummer for sure. I'll try one more time. I think they probably changed the server name. I should have looked at that. Probably changed something so that this app is not recognizing it. So what that means is we're gonna have to go to my router and try and find it there. Okay. Clients, and we're going to look for whichever one has been up the least amount of time. Let's see. Uptime. That's probably right there, number 29. Where did it go? Yeah, it's probably that one right there. Connected iPhone. This is it right here, probably. wLED, sound reactive. It thinks it's a Shelly for some reason, but 110, that's going to be the IP address. Ooh, or not. Huh. Interesting. Okay. Oh, yeah, it is. That's it. Okay. Just took a minute. Maybe not a great antenna, maybe? I don't know. Totally went weird. Had to break out a ladder. Oh, it's just an ESP8266. Maybe signed by an Uno. Yeah, probably. Probably. Yeah. I wonder when you updated it, you updated it over the air. Are you sure you loaded the right version? That you used the ESP8266 version and not accidentally the 32 version or something? So here we're going to go config. We're going to go to updates and we're going to go to manual OTA and we're going to choose a file. We're not going to do this 13.3. We're actually going to do the 14.1 beta, which I should have here downloaded, but maybe I don't. How about that? It doesn't look like I do. So we're going to go get it. We're going to go get 14.1 beta. I haven't talked to Air Cookie in a while. I wonder how he's doing. Hope he's doing well. Okay, we're going to use this one. So yeah, hopefully you used this one, right? Yes, the 8266 bin. You probably did, but I mean, you did 13.3, but hopefully that's what you did. This is this a 32? What are we decide? Yes, this is definitely a 32. So we're going to take this version right here. And we're going to go to Flash Easy and wLED and just plop it right there. Plop. Now back to this, choose a file. Back to that folder. There it is. Open and update. See what happens. Wouldn't be. Yeah, if you didn't have the ESP8266 version, that would do it. Yeah, that would definitely do it. And it's tricky when you have, especially if you have, a mix. If you've got different kinds. Hey, it worked. It actually worked pretty well so far. Okay, while it's doing that, I'm going to grab, oh, there it is. Yeah. All right. We're now running 14.1. And dynamic works. Let's find some that are sound reactive. I love this sorting feature. Man. Okay. It's doing some things. Frequency pixels. Yeah, it's doing some things. Which one was I using? Oh, the DJ light. Yeah, that's the one I was using. Or with a palette. Oh, I don't need a palette because it's doing its various random things. Oh, sorry. Can't see. Multiple different types, getting confused sometimes, especially late at night when I have time to mess around. Yeah, right? It's just not fair that we don't get to devote our best selves to our projects because we always have to work on them at night. Nobody's around. Oh. Let me see if I can find some wire, and maybe we can try a really long wire here for the data and see if we can make it not work very well. We'll just see what kind of an output. I have no idea. I can see that there are some resistors here. I don't know what size they are. My eyes are not even going to be able to determine what that is. So I assume this thing here is probably a booster, right? I assume this guy right here is probably like a level shifter, right? Logic level shifter and some resistors. So my guess is that they've got some decent circuitry there, and we should be able to get a decent length out of this thing. Did something happen to the live stream channel on Discord? Oh, I don't know. Well, maybe, you know what, Aaron? Most of the guys who maintain that are not on tonight, probably. Oh, but the real Ram says it's working for him, so maybe it is. Hold on, let me see if I can find some wire. Got some wire. This is not the longest wire I've ever seen or used, but it should be good enough to test and at least give us an idea of what kind of data signal we can expect. It's probably only about, well, I mean, it's got to be at least 10 feet. It's probably more. All right, Justin Z says it is running. And the real Ram tested it and it worked. Thank you, Justin, and everybody else for testing it out and helping it out. All right. So what we going to do, we're even going to do a little clippy-do. I think. I have a little clippy-do. Go clippy-do. Boo. All right. We're going to put this in the one side of this. We're going to unscrew the data. Here, let's turn it off first so we don't totally freak it out this time. For a change, maybe we'll do a little something different and not totally freak it out. All right. So this is a decently long data. It's long enough that if there wasn't good level shifting output on this, it wouldn't work very well. Okay. Here we go. There they are. Worky. Seem to be working. I don't see any issues. We can bounce around the different effects for a few minutes, but I think it works. I don't see any flickering. Things like, well, I don't think Candy Cane is on here anymore. Candy Cane went bye-bye, right? Candy Cane does no longer exist. Noise move. There's new ones on here all the time. I don't even know what some of these do. Anyways, I guess that works. Okay, good. So what I am going to declare is that this is indeed the BADUQ, the best alternative to a Dig, Uno, or Quad. Never mind, issue fixed, wrong server. Oh, well, that'll help. What is this board, Arnold? This is actually an AtHome LED controller, which I wanted to kind of poke at it and see what it can do. It comes with wLED on it. You can get it from AtHome, or I do have them on my site now as well, because I just bought a bunch of them to try it out, see how it goes. But anyways, it's comes with wLED on it. If you go into the config, you can update it to firmware, which we just did, to the latest 14.1, which includes the sound reactive stuff. You do have to do your own assigning of GPIO outputs. It only comes with the first one assigned. It's got a relay. It's got two grounds and two positives. I don't know if there's a fuse. I'm not sure what that thing is. My guess is there's probably not a fuse like Quindor has on the Unos and Quads, so you don't have that protection. I don't know what all the circuitry is here. I'd love for Quindor to take it apart and tell us about it. But anyways, I was looking at this as an alternative when we can't get Unos and Quads, and it's probably an okay alternative. I would say it's certainly functional. It does what it's supposed to do so far. Again, it's a 16 amp relay. It's probably the same exact relay as what was in that other switch, which best I could tell was a success as well. And it does have a decent output. I mean, that's 10 plus feet, probably close to 15 feet of data wire, and I think it's number 20. That's thin little wire, so if it was going to have a problem with the data signal, it should have had a problem, and it didn't seem to. So that's good news. So all those things mean, yes, that is an alternative. Sweet. Okay. LTT version of the magnetic switch. Just got here. Oh, Townsend, how's it going? Does it power output to the lights? If so, is it 5 volts or 12? It's everything between 5 volts and 24 volts. Townsend, it's everything between 5 volts and 24 volts. Let's go to DrZzs, DrZzs.com. It says 5 to 24 volts. I'm sure that it has to be the same output as your lights, right? So if you have 24 volt lights, then you can use 24 volts. It's this guy right here. Then you can use, and I declared it the BADUQ, best alternative to a Dig, Uno, or Quad. Okay. There's a little bit of information here, but it's really from these AtHome guys. I just got it from them. ESP32. It says 2 channels. It's 4 channels. I mean, it's 2 channels if you're going to do data and clock, because they have it set as data clock, data clock 1, data clock 2. But mine, I just set it to do 4 82, 6, or 28, 12 kinds of outputs. It worked. So ground in, this out. It says 16 amps. Not sure if I would do that, but that would be a lot of pixels to run through there, but might work. You're gonna have a hard time convincing me that it's that there's gonna be anything better than the Quad, but there's no possible way for me to be unbiased in that. But this looks decent. So if you can't get a Uno or Quad, That's something you can do. I'll try and melt it another day. On my string of LEDs, not very many. Not very many. I'm sure that the same principles apply for the outputs, like how many LEDs you can have. It's going to be the same as on an Uno or Quad. It's the same processor, same software. So you're going to have, 600 per channel, no problem. You start getting over 1,000 per channel, you may see some lagging. And certainly if you get above maybe 1,200, you'll probably see some slowing down of the frame rate during fast effects and things like that. You probably see staggering maybe in the dimming or something like that. So those things are going to be the same. Looking for a good relay system to open your door, Cymax? Do you want to try one of these? I got these too. I got these because they make a door opener. They make a garage door opener that I grabbed here. Some of these as well, and it comes with the ESPhome on it. I gotta go tonight in a couple minutes, so we can't really play with it too much right now. But I've got these, and it comes with the ESPhome sketch on it, and it's got all the wires you need for your garage door. Make sure your garage door is not a newer smart garage door, that it's not, that the button on it isn't like radio frequency coded, blah 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 blah. If it's just a good old fashioned one from 10 years ago or something, it should be fine. But I know that there were some garage doors that you couldn't just make a different button basically and control the opening and closing. But it's got a sensor with plenty of long wire. It's got a mounting system here, power supply. Should be decent. A really old Sears. Oh, then it should work. Yeah, it should work. So you just got to take these two wires right here. You got to find the wire that goes to your buttons. That goes the button on the wall. And there'll be a bunch of contacts probably on the garage door opener. You just find the ones that go to the button on the wall and basically put this in parallel. So you'll have it'd be like having two buttons connected to the same contacts. One of them is the button on your wall. The other one goes to there's a relay in this thing. And that's what I've been doing with mine for, 6 years. Golly Wally. Golly. All right. Power output, we already read that one. LTT version of the magnetic switch. How many LEDs? Just thinking that might be why you're not having weird issues. Yeah, I'll maybe try it. I'll try it, Nicholas. I'll try it. I'll give it some more. We'll do this again on another stream. Another time. We'll be a little more thorough. We'll do some of that output testing as well. We'll see what we can put through. I've got spools and spools of pixels around here, so we can certainly throw a bunch of pixels on it and see what we can do with it. Yeah. Yep. All right. What you guys want to ask questions for a minute? Why don't you ask some questions? Thanks again to PCBWay for sponsoring the video. They've been good to me. If you need stuff that they can provide, they're great. They're great. Check them out. We don't have a code anymore right now for any discount or anything like that. There's not really a affiliate thing for them. They help me out when I need, and they've been good to me. So, what questions? Anything else? Anybody? And then we'll call up the kids and we'll do some sign off. Then I'll clean up this mess. I gotta figure out where to use this guy. Ugh. You're welcome, Real Ram. You're welcome. All right, let's call him up. See if it works.
It's time to sign off.
Yeah, do Nicholas, do please, because I actually, if you look and see if you have one that if they have one that'll do 3, it'll be a 3 gang, because with 3 relays in these, you can replace a spot that has 3 of them across there, and that's what I have a lot of in my house. So it'd be nice to replace them with that. Kids are like, Dad's streaming? Yeah. Oh, it's Wednesday. Oh, hey, isn't it like St. Patrick's Day? Is that today?
That's in 2 days. That's Cora's birthday.
Friday?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. How should we sign off? Should we sign off like leprechauns? Because it's getting close to St. Patrick's Day? I don't know. You just talk funny. Ready?
Talk like Mario?
Sure. Talk like Mario. Ready? As always, thanks for watching. Until next time, adios. That was. I think that was Hermione Granger a little bit or something. Ah! Okay, everybody. Hey, thanks for being here. Yep. Thanks for being here tonight, guys. And next stream will probably be sometime next week. Again, it'll be a weird time because of I'll be out of town for the weekend. So, all right. Thanks. See ya. Bye.